Holy shit. What a day in the NBA already. I've been trying to hold off recording because I've just been waiting for more slop to come in. But a 30-13 team just fired their head coach. The Milwaukee Bucks have fired first-year head coach Adrian Griffin. And not only that, Doc Rivers is at the top of the candidate list. This is fucking hilarious on so many levels. One, because I have long been a Doc Rivers detractor on this channel as a Sixer fan. He is one of the most overrated coaches of the last decade, one of the worst coaches in the NBA of the last decade. There are few redeeming qualities in Doc Rivers as a head coach, but I'm all over the place already. Let's just start with the Bucks firing Adrian Griffin, who was apparently Giannis's guy, but the Bucks just couldn't wait, I guess. They just couldn't wait for a first-year head coach to improve, and I see why. I see the process. It's not like I completely disagree with the decision. I would have liked to see them have a full year with Adrian Griffin to evaluate him properly, but with the way the Bucks have been defending, even though their offense has been great, it's just, admittedly, even though I made a video about a month ago about the Bucks and how I thought they were kind of being underrated, the way they were defending, I just less and less I could see them winning 4 straight playoff rounds, or 3 straight playoff rounds for that matter. And really the red flag should have been there when that whole incident with Terry Stotts happened and he ended up leaving about a month or a few weeks before the season even started, before training camp even started. And man, this is crazy. Even though Adrian Griffin tried to try new things with, not having Brook in a deep drop, then they ended up going back to that, but they still had him like blitzing and hedging some. And they gave up a bunch of points to the Pistons yesterday without Cade Cunningham. These last 2 games, they were just in a dogfight with the Detroit Pistons, who did not have Cade Cunningham. But that doesn't even matter because the Pistons have been one of the worst teams in the NBA. The worst team in the NBA. I mean, I guess a decision had to be made. But Doc Rivers, man, is just not the solution. And the top 3 reporters, Woj, Shams, Chris Haynes, they all confirmed that Doc Rivers is at the top of the candidate list. And if they wanted a coach that had a good plan A, but doesn't deviate from that plan A, and the tiny adjustments they make is just on the margins, they should have just kept Mike Budenholzer. Imagine if the Bucks didn't flame out in the first round because of Giannis's back injury, and they just lost in the second round or lost in the conference finals. Just how much this would be different. Or if the Bucks had hired Nick Nurse. And again, from all reports, it seemed like Adrian Griffin was Giannis's guy. But the Bucks clearly were tired of this. They were tired of the underwhelming defense. And look, we all knew the defense was going to take a step back with, Damian Lillard and Malik Beasley starting in the backcourt. But this was bad. And I was a proponent of keeping Adrian Griffin just to, make the evaluation. But Doc Rivers is not the solution. This is if you're a Sixer fan, if you're a Heat fan, if you're a Celtics fan, this is fantastic news to hear. Because Doc Rivers ain't it. He's just not it. He's going to look good for the first month or two just because he brings a respect that, he won a lot of games in the NBA. So we'll get respect from the players, but as far as the system, as far as not deviating from his plan A, it's just not it. There are a few redeeming qualities of Doc as a head coach, but on the whole, he's just bad. And by the way, I have mentioned on this channel a bunch of times that Doc hates young players. He does not trust young players. So you could say goodbye to Andre Jackson's minutes. Marshawn Beauchamp's probably going to play like 10 minutes a game. AJ Green will never, ever sniff the court again. Doc's going to lean heavy veterans. Man, this is hilarious. Also, I do have a few friends who are Bucks fans, so I do feel bad for them. But as a fan of an Eastern Conference contender or potential one in the Sixers, this is just fucking hilarious. But I can't believe this news happened. I don't know what's going to happen, but if they hire Doc Rivers, my stock in the Bucks, I'm just going to sell all my stock. You guys know my preseason prediction was a Bucks Nuggets NBA Finals. I'm selling all of that stock. You could just throw that out the window. We just might have a Nuggets Celtics NBA Finals. Doc ain't it, guys. Doc ain't it.